Alright, welcome folks. Let me double check that it's actually working. Seems to be working. Alright. I have placed chests. And I'm gonna turn my graphics settings down slightly. Alright, that should be better. Yep, that's a bit smoother. So, as you can see, lots of chests and lots of sorting to be done. So, gonna get straight to work on that. Let's start. So, obviously I want to place blocks next to whatever I've got. So, if we make... let's make these rows over here, the wood chest. So I'm going to use planks because I think it's easier to see. And we'll go with on the right hand side is the chest. I have my beautiful, gorgeous puppy playing around in the background. Not entirely sure what she's playing with, but she's playing with something. Alright, so let's go wood here. So spruce, dark oak, mangrove, cherry, oak, pale oak, birch, jungle, warped, crimson, and I'm sure there's a couple that I'm forgetting, so then we'll go over here and we'll go tough in this one. We can make this one copper. This is going to be fun. I enjoy sorting things like this, so this actually genuinely gets me excited. So that very much doesn't. But we're all good. Well, excuse me 1 second, folks. Unfortunately, I don't just get the luxury of sitting and being able to play games. I have to look after my puppy as well. So that's a bit of fun. Lucky I love her. Alright, so this would be easier with shulker boxes, but we don't have shulker boxes. Well, I don't have shulker boxes in Minecraft Bedrock Homesteading yet. So instead, we get to do it the old-fashioned way, which is grabbing handfuls of everything and running it over. So let's grab everything tough for this one, and then maybe we can grab the diorite and granite and not dripstone too much. And then back we go. Maybe it's worth even seeing if I can see a mule around that I can use for extra trips. Well, to save myself some trips, but this is fine. I don't think I've ever had this many chests. And so we'll go regular tough along here. Make 2 rows of regular tough. Alright, there we go. Then we can grab a piece of diorite and go that one. And then we can go granite, the one above that. I'm starting out with these chests looking nice and neat, but as time goes on, they will not be as neat. And now my puppy wants to come back inside, so if you'll excuse me 1 second. Alright, let's run back over here and try and sleep before the night kicks in and the mobs get too much. That's not right. Perfect. Alright, so let's try and look at what we're gonna need. We're gonna need a cobblestone. We're gonna need a stone brick. We're gonna need a stone. Then we're gonna need dirt and sand and concrete and mud and probably we can come back to that one. And the wood, we're gonna need a mangrove plank and a pale oak plank and a cherry, dark oak, oak and birch. For some reason I don't have what I need for that, but that's alright, we can come back to that. Go gold, block of coal, redstone block. Can make a lapis as well. I don't have much in the way of iron, but I can probably smelt this up and get an iron block. Never mind, I had some in the furnace. Not sure how I'm going to portray the mob chests, but I can come back to that. Same deal with the equipment. I'm not sure how I'm going to display that, so we will come back to that. I forgot this one, because I'm going to need one andesite and a dripstone. My dog is doing strange things because she is curled up on the bed, but she still wants to bark. So you can probably hear her barking in the background. That'll be our nature chest. And then the nether, or netherrack. And the rest of the nether stuff, we can go blackstone. Actually, let's go magma block. That's more nethery. Alright, I have given her a bone, which should keep her happy. Hopefully. This is fun. Alright, so in terms of dyes, I'll have to work that out as well. We got a magma block, we've got netherrack, maybe a bone block, and I can make a quartz block. 1 block of quartz. The bone block can be for mob drops. That will work nicely. Then what else do I have? A deep slate. And potentially, let's go with the deep slate brick as well, so that I can have the different types, just like I've got the different types of stone. There we are, that'll work. Why is that telling me new crafting recipes? I've already done the deep slate stuff. So strange. Resin. Copper I've already got, but maybe I'll leave that for now. Kelp. Alright, so this should be most of the blocks that I need. I really need to make a path for this as well. In fact, maybe I should detour and do a path. Alright, let's go the weird. Alright, let's go that. Dirt, I'm actually gonna come over here for. So it's the right hand side. So we'll go there. No, let's go forward one. It's going to annoy me otherwise. And I'm actually going to make a few of those chests be dirt. Then we can throw resin with the copper. It makes a very weird squishy noise. And deep slate. Deep slate itself, I'm going to come over here and allocate a few rows for that. And then andesite and dripstone can go here. In fact, we'll keep them with this one. The goal here is that hopefully I have more than enough chests for what I'm ever going to need. And then we can put the nether just here, this row, that, quartz. And then we've got some more of the woods, so we'll go over here. Mud, concrete, sand. Then my resources can go over here. So we can go gold, coal, redstone, in fact I need to break those, coal, iron, lapis, and redstone can go, oh, actually no, redstone can go there, but that's going to be just redstone. I'll make the component parts of redstone somewhere else, so we can go like that. And I'm going to change the way this wood is here because I want it to be, yeah, that looks good. Alright. Moss block and a bone block. Moss block can go there. And I'm actually going to go over the other side for the... No, I'm not. Bone block can go over here as well. And I'll see if I can make that column my mob drops. As I said, I think I'm gonna have more than enough chests, but that's okay. Better to have more than enough than too few. Also need to be expanding this. I'm working on a bunch of projects at the same time at the moment in my homesteading world. So I'm obviously doing the interior of the silo, but I'm also trying to expand this wheat field around the base of the silo. And then I need to create a path to the silo. I'm just working on this area, basically. And it's about to be night time, which is great. Do I still have a bed over here? No. No, I don't. So today's live stream is really just about working on the silo exterior and interior. It's all things that I was going to be doing anyway, but I figured, hey, they're nice and grindy, I'll do them on a live stream. Let me turn down my render distance as well slightly, because my potato of a computer doesn't like streaming, but it has to. Frame rate, beautiful, smooth lighting, anti-aliasing, yeah, cool. That's better, hopefully. What have I got in these chests? You know what, I'll come back to those chests. I don't want to look inside, it's gonna scare me. The good thing is that at least this this field is expanding slowly as I'm working away on the silo interior. It's slowly growing. So that's a nice bonus. I hope I have some leaves in here somewhere. Yes, I do. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I need some more water, which I can get from over by my homesteading, my original homesteading house. Infinite water source for the win. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put another one there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Hello. No, that's right. Can go there, like so, and still have happiness. Alright, we can keep working away at that as the day progresses. Fantastic. Alright, these can go in here. And then I'm gonna also need a hay block to put my wheat in. I'm contemplating changing out these couple of blocks for slime blocks, but I think it's gonna be too hard. One hay block, please, and thank you. So just in case, gonna try and use these ones first. Just in case. Gonna try and keep this sort of stuff together. Just in case I've mucked up my thought process. Alright, so getting distracted again, but that's alright. I left room back here for the bubble elevator, so that's gonna be my next task. Now that I know what height this is going to, I'm gonna create another copper floor like this, because I like this design. And yeah, create it above, and then obviously there's room for farms up the top. Won't be making those farms right now, but I can in the near future. And obviously there's the spots here and here for the bubble elevators. So let's work on that. the stone cutter can go up in here. I will make it over here. Now, let's go up and work on this. Let's make the height one above that one. And then just do the same sort of thing. Meet in the middle. Somewhere around here is the middle. And over this side as well. Although I'm not sure that this isn't going to be too coppery if I do it like this. So I'm debating. Yeah, actually I'm not debating at all. I've decided. I'm going to keep the middle run of copper like so. And then the rest is going to be deep slate. Although, is that too close to my chests? Feeling like it might be. Feeling like I need to maybe raise it up by 1 block. What do you folks think? Does anyone have any opinions? Maybe I could do a bit of a curved. Yeah, let's stop making it so flat. Let's do a bit of a curved roof. So if we go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11. If we go 4, and then up 1, 2, 3, then up 1, 1, 2, and then up and 1, 2. How is that? I think I've done it the wrong way around, which is lovely. Needs to be shorter out on the sides and longer in the middle. 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then just connect it into the middle. Alright, let's jump down and see what we think of that one. Nice. Bit too stepped. It's a bit symmetrical. Yeah, bit too symmetrical. In order to curve it the way that I want it, I think I need to go not do that. That's not what I was aiming for. think I need to go 2 and then 2 and then 3. 2, 3 and then 4. Let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, that's better. So it looks more curved now. Alright, fantastic. Now I can do the same thing for the other ones. One, 2. 1, 2. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can do the same over here. 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. There was no way I was making that, but that's alright. I have feather falling on my boots, so I'm not overly worried. Pick up the mess that I'm making on the ground. And then do the same thing over here. Perfect. Alright, very nice. Much happiness. That creates a nice kind of curve, which I'm actually quite pleased with. Then I'm going to add some deep slate. That's not where I wanted you to go. 1, 2, 3. Bang, bang. Let's grab the dirt, place it over here. Then I can also place a leaf while I'm here, a leaf chest. I want to keep those leaves, but I can place a leaf chest. Alright, so deep slate can go over here as well. Alright, I need to go and get some. Ow. few mobs. Just a few. Nothing to concern ourselves with. Sleep, and then we can grab some deep slate once the mobs are burnt. Alright. We'll might as well just fill our inventory up with deep slate because it's going to go in the deep slate chest over there anyway. That chicken, I don't know. Something about those chickens just bothers me with their funky little hairdos. And the stonecutter's downstairs, you fool. Fool of a took. Deep slate tiles or deep slate bricks? Let's go. Well, we've got deep slate tiles in the wall, so we'll go with deep slate bricks. Unless you folks have opinions. If you've got an opinion on that, let me know. Alright, back up we go. Actually, I'm gonna need some stairs, aren't I? No. Yes. I'm gonna need stairs, but I'm also gonna need slabs. Ow. Thinking that maybe I need to put some powdered snow or something there. Alright, let's go. So, we can use this and this. And I've got to work out how I want to, you know what, I should create the curve off here first. So how are we going to do it? Alright, let's go like that. And we can match that like this. Two, three, one. And let's do that. Then we can go dot 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 dot. 3. And continue that around the corner. And then just connect up the bottom. There we are. Now let's jump down and have a look. Interesting. I think that looks quite good. And then I'm just gonna jump up and place slabs to make it less jarring. I dug through. That was not smart. Now I'm going to take fall damage. Yeah, that looks better. And then I just need some more at the very end one. Alright, fantastic. That gives us something different to look at while we're standing here sorting our items. And now just to duplicate that across. Which I have a feeling is going to be more difficult than I give it credit for, but that's alright. We can do it. Start up the top, go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's connected, yep. 1, 2, 3. I'd probably be best working from the top, hey. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Just like so. Alright. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dot, 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 dot. There's no real way for me to make this exciting, but that's alright. Yep, we just follow that around with the single panel, and then 2, and then the bottom layer. It is very wild weather where I am. That's why I'm surprised that my internet connection is steady enough to support this live stream today. But that's alright. It's a bit windy, it's a bit rainy. perfect weather for ducks. I'd probably be out in it if it wasn't. This is my first day off in. I think this is the first day off I've had in about 13 days or so. Just due to scheduling conflicts and whatnot. So I'm relaxing and enjoying myself today. Two, alright. Two, three, four, five, six. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3. That's right, I think, but it looks weird, but it's right. I should probably put some torches up on the top level here. And I will, but not right now. And that's probably going to lead to mobs spawning up here. One, two, three, four, five. Yep. Oh, I'm out. I missed the water. That went well. Already my storage sorting is going out the window. That's the wrong one. That's alright, I'm not overly concerned. I'm going to have chests for the things that I need. But how those chests are arranged used to bother me, but not so much anymore. Alright, let's get rid of this pillar. And let's move to another pillar. connect this around and up. That's in the wrong spot, but that's alright, we can live with that. That's also in the wrong spot. What are you doing, Bogling? So wait, alright, let's pick this one. And we can go straight back up. Alright, now it feels very dark in here, but we can fix that in just a minute with some more lighting. But first I need to slab the... I need to add the slabs to the roof. One, two, that. I think the slabs, in my opinion, help with curving the roof a bit. It makes it look more curved and less like it just juts out. Fantastic, that's 1/4 done. That's another 1/4 done. I wish zombie growls in that weren't so loud. It sounds like they're right next to me. And yes, I could turn my mob sounds down, but then I get blown up by creepers. So it's kind of a catch-22. Alright. That looks really good, in my opinion. And I'm going to throw this stuff away. And that's resin, not copper, because I want some of these. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 slabs. Grab some temporary blocks. Somewhere around here. One more section to do. Fantastic. I like that a lot. I like the copper trim. I think it looks nice. I like the deep slate. Happy. Now, obviously I've got just torches on the ground, but that's not on. We can't have that, so here's some stuff I prepared earlier. Just gonna hang some around the place. Just at random. And I want them to hang at different heights as well. So let's get rid of these torches and see what the lighting in here is like now. Not great, but that's alright, I can fix that. I'll add some copper bulbs into the floor, I think, to fix the lighting situation. And I keep walking backwards into that. Let's go around the edges a little bit more. I would say that looks fairly decent. Maybe one more over here. Not what I meant to do. I wanted a chain there first. Awesome sauce. That adds a bit of vibrancy to the room. I like that. But then we're also going to add some of these copper bulbs that I have. And need a button. So one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the fifth one would work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a fun live stream today for you folks. You get just me just randomly counting away. That's better. Fantastic. That looks good. That looks really good, in my opinion anyway. Alright, so let me keep moving stuff into my storage. Clearly I forgot to unoxidize those ones. That's alright. Better late than never. Actually, before I keep moving the storage stuff in, I should probably create the bubble elevators to make sure that that's actually going to work. Going to do the same thing as these ones and create a 3 wide. And for that I'm going to need lots of glass. Lots of glass it is, so I need sand, and I don't think I have a desert anywhere. Racking my brains. Desert doesn't sound familiar in this world. Otherwise I'd have the dune armor trim, so I guess it's beach sand. I should really get an elytra at some stage in this world, and I will eventually. In fact, I'm thinking about the end at the moment, thinking that maybe once I get this episode out on my silo interior, that I will try and do the end fight. Because I think, you know, I'm fully geared, and it's over day 300, which means that I'm well and truly at the stage where I could take on the end. I'm doing a bit of a slow progression on this world, and I'm perfectly fine with that, because it's not so much about speed running the game as it is about creating a homestead. And I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I've got so many thoughts and plans. I was worried the other day. I was thinking, oh, am I done with this homesteading world? Are people still interested? And I think so. So I'm going to continue with it. And I can continue with it as long as I like, because I'm the one in control here. Obviously it's not like a 10,000 day hardcore world, but it's coming together nicely, and I'm very proud of it, so I figure I'll keep it going. Ow. Bet you didn't expect me to see me collecting river sand when you clicked on this live stream. I did die the other day in this homesteading world, which isn't a big issue because it's a survival world and not a hardcore world. But it was kind of an embarrassing death, and I'm not. It will be entertaining for you folk, but I'm kind of like, really, that's how you let it happen. So make sure you check out my episode when I release it to see that. Just gonna shamelessly plug my episodes as well, because my episodes are way better than my live streams. My live streams are a bit of fun, but my episodes are where the magic really happens, in my opinion. So alright. A little bit more river sand. Because I'd rather have too much than not enough, as is always the case. Whoops, drowning. I should learn to watch my bubbles. Watch me talk about my embarrassing death and then die here as well. That'd be funny. I think that's enough river sand. We can skedaddle home in the night time. Try not to get blown up by anything. Yes, me. I have my render distance turned down to make the live stream play a little bit smoother. Otherwise, you'd probably see my silo by now. I was playing the other day and I ducked out to, what was it I was getting? I was getting black dye, so glow, no, not glow, just regular ink sacs. And I was running back and I was like, man, that silo looks really good. And you can see it just loading in now. It stands out against the landscape for sure. Did I need to build it that big? No. Did I want to? Yes. And it's coming up nicely with the interior. I've got kind of the potion brewing warehouse factory section down the bottom, and then storage room in the midsection. And then I've got room for farms up the top, so I'm quite happy with it. Alright, let's go sleep. I need to name my horse, and I need to put my horse somewhere as well. That's another episode plan. Making a stable or some such. Ugh. Need some coffee at some stage too. Alright, maybe I will put this sand onto smeltificate and put the kettle on to boil. That might be the way to go. I'll be back shortly. I realised about midway through that my glass isn't going to be smelting if I have my game paused. Alright. Glass is getting there. I need to keep one of these for a chest as well, marking a chest. Now, need more orange dye, which requires red and yellow, as far as I can remember. Although, I can just use the open eye blossoms. Yes, that's right. Because I remember thinking, oh, how lovely would it be if there was a way to get orange dye without having to combine some. And then I remembered that there is now. So that's a win. Alright. The kettle should hopefully boil in a minute. The advantage of having a stovetop kettle is it takes a little bit longer to boil, but it goes on the hot plate rather than using a whole huge amount of electricity, which is kind of old-fashioned, and it takes a while, and that can be annoying, but it's nice. Alright, let's see, do I have any more copper laying around in here? No, but I do have more glass. Nice. Because I think I want to just make the similar layout. I want to use copper to frame it, and then use the glass to lay it out. That's the wrong one. Oh, and I'm gonna need some buttons. Excuse me. I'll need 6 for each side. 12 will do. Alright, let's see. So, I can create it 3 wide, so 2, 3. But how thick do I want it to be? Do I want to make it too thick like these ones, or do I just want to make it 1 thick? 1. That was an easy question. So in that case, we're gonna start from the middle block, go there and there, and then we'll come over this side and do the same thing. Start from the middle block, there and there, and then bring it up. And grab our buttons, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think I used dark oak buttons over there, but it's not a big issue. Bring this across. Dot 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 dot. And then I will just continue it up. Need to strip all my oxidized copper as well. Alright, perfect, like that. And then the same thing over here. That was not the right spot. I've used a lot of blue copper, but I haven't used a lot of orange copper, which is why I'm kind of using large amounts of orange copper in this world. Just because it's something a little different. Obviously, everyone uses blue, but orange is a bit rarer. Hello. Alright. Now with those like so, I'm gonna use my glass to lay out the edges. Does it does it have to be glass? Definitely not. Do I want it to be glass? Yes. Oops, 1, 2, date. And go around the machines. Fantastic, that's one side done. Be nice if I could stop wasting glass. Yep, I'm gonna have enough glass, that's perfect. And done. Both sides, and then we can come up to the middle section, or our storage room, and we can continue it upwards. Bum. Whoops, that's the wrong spot. Good on you, Boggling. Given the fact that I'm using a whole heap of orange copper, I'm going to need to create some sort of bee wax farm as well, just to make things more complicated, because it keeps oxidizing and I wish it would stop. I wish, okay, two things I wish with copper. The first, I wish that you could use a bottle of water or something on it and it would oxidize quicker. The second thing is I wish that it would not oxidize if you didn't want it to. And I know wax already kind of does that, or honeycomb or whatever it is, but it's extremely hard to get. And when you're using large amounts of copper like I do, like this is not a small amount of copper, then it makes it really difficult. Am I gonna have enough to finish this off? No. No, 2 blocks short. Awesome sauce. These make a very cool bonking noise when you walk over them as well. Another mad dash in the dark over to the homestead. I'm playing with fire, opening my fence gates with an axe like that. I'm gonna strip one of those spruce logs eventually, and then I'm gonna hate everything. Been going for a little over an hour and a half. Grab some more orange dye. Might as well make my bundle orange as well. case you couldn't tell by my armor trims, I'm kind of orange themed. Alright, that should be enough to finish off the bubble elevator. And then I'm gonna need... what am I gonna need? Gonna need some of this. That's for sure. Gonna need some magma and some soul sand. And I've got buckets of water. Need to harvest some of this wheat as well if I want to keep the wheat field going. I think I want to remove this layer of chests, because if I remove this layer of chests, then you can get a clear view of the storage room as you go flying past. Fabulous. And then maybe for the... I'm not sure. We'll leave it for now. Alright, next up is... going up to the next level and working out where I want the bubble elevators to go out. So I think this is going to be the level. So then if we bring it to there, that's the one that I want. More copper strippage. And then I'm going to create a solid copper layer like so. And then we do the same thing over this side. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Fantabulous. Alright, now we can release some water into them. Awesome. And then I'll need a little bit more water because I can't make an infinite water source in them until I have some more water. So it's back to the sugarcane farm that we go. We can swim up the thing for a shortcut. There we go. Fantastic. Then we just need to place kelp down. And the kelp turns our water source into solid water blocks, which will allow the bubble column to pass through it. And I'm going to pause for just another second while I bring the dog in from outside and grab the coffee out of the coffee pot. Alright, we'll go for just a little bit longer. So I'll finish off these bubble columns, I think, and then we'll call it for the day. Because I have some other things to get done on my day off as well. But that should create a nice working... Yay! Whee! Nice working bubble elevator. Oh, and there's a creeper. Dang it! Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Where did that creeper come from? That's not fair. That's not fair at all. So what do I need? The full blocks or slabs? Full blocks. Just 2 full blocks. Lucky you deep... Oh no, I have the... Luckily, Deep Slate has a good blast resistance. let's place that down. And I did dig through this one, so that's alright. And then we're going to make another trip out to the infinite water source. See, look. Oxidized. Makes no sense. It'll be great once I go to the end as well, because then I can set up my ender chest to have a whole bunch of mobile storage in it. I always forget how much I miss that. Now. Alright, and then the kelp. Down we go. There is so much room up here. Alright, we remove the kelp like so. And then we place in the magma blocks. And everything falls to the bottom. Including us when the time is right. Awesome. So that now means we got access to the second floor and access to the third floor. And obviously the third floor needs a little bit more work, but that's alright. I will grab some... what should we do? Maybe some more deep slate. Just create a flat deep slate floor. Obviously I could have made the bubble elevator go, sort of have an outshoot here and then continue up, but I wanted to do something a little different. So that hence it evolved into what it did. Alright, let's make a kelp. I need it. We can put it... We could be a little cheeky, and this can be our interior decorating chest. And we can have the crafting table there to use as well. Oh, it's dried kelp, isn't it? It's definitely dried kelp. What am I going to do for zombies as well? How am I going to I've got to work out how to signify my mob drops. Am I just going to have item frames, or... I mean, the bones from the skeleton are easy. I just have a bone block. But obviously, you can't make a rotten flesh block. I think. Maybe I just go with the slime block. Maybe that's the best way to do it, yeah. And then I can have my mob drops. Yeah, something like that. Let us sleep again. Actually, I'm gonna leave some of them there because I want my kelp blockerino. This is such a... I'm unbelievably stoked with this silo. It's such a cool build. Alright, so... the bone block, I can put the kelp... No, I don't want the kelp block right above it. What am I doing? I want the kelp block over here. And then I want the slime block above it. Because that is going to be the rest of my mob drops. And then if I run over here, we're going to put kelp in with the dried kelp. And farm, this is wheat and farming. Tough goes in with tough. Stone goes in with stone. Glass goes in with glass. And now we're getting somewhere. We are most definitely getting somewhere. It's funny how those don't even look like they have water in them until you see the bubbles. Like if I stare across the room, see, if you didn't see the bubbles, you wouldn't even see that they have water in them. And this section is it's a little dark over here. I could probably use a couple more copper bulbs down there, which I don't have. I thought I had 2. No, apparently I only have 1. Come back to that. Stop oxidizing. Let's put a little bit of work into the wheat fields. The good thing about wheat fields is that they get easier as you go along. The more wheat I plant, the more wheat I harvest, the more seeds I get, the quicker it expands. So that's nice at least. I haven't decided whether I want to... Obviously I want to create a path through the middle of the wheat field, but I haven't decided whether I want to make a wall around it or whether I just leave it open. I think I want to make a wall around it, but I can't decide between making leaves or like cobblestone tough wall. Let me know what you folks think. If you've got any ideas, please let me know. I think that a tough wall around it could look good, but I'll decide that later. I'll just keep planting it out and then I can add the wall around it later. This weird chicken is following me. I know it's because I have seeds in my hand, but it's still creeping me out. Leave me alone, strange chicken. Be gone, foul beast. We're really starting to get somewhere with the wheat now. Fantastic. That that made a bit of a dent. Wow, I forgot how much cobblestone I have. So much cobblestone. I thought it was more dirt. That's okay. So I am gonna, now that I've set up the bubble elevators, I can reallocate where I want my dirt and my cobblestone to go. Which is good, because then that means that I can... I'll have room here. So let's go with cobblestone there and dirt there. And I will make multiple dirt and cobble chests. And then that will obviously interrupt the view slightly, but who cares? Who cares? Not me. Alright, let's bring some more stuff over now. And no, I'm not going to be bringing the cobble and the dirt over right now. I'm going to focus on the random stuff. And armor and tools. How am I going to do that? Unless I make item frames. Maybe I make item frames that display what they are. Most things can have a solid block because most things are connected to a solid block, but obviously armor and tools are not. And I haven't made a automatic sorter either in this world. I probably had the space for it, but I didn't want to. I like to manually sort my things. Which sounds really silly, but I don't know. It's force of habit and I like it. Alright, let's go. And then I'll probably do the same thing for deep slate, I think. Yeah. yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing for deep slate. Obviously, these are all the resources that you get lots of when you go mining. So let's just go over next to the cobble. Thankfully, I have made enough room in this storage room that I can just use as much space as I want, I think. Which is kind of incredible. I'm always tight on space, and this time I'm not going to be tight on space, and it's just a lovely feeling. I mean, look at that. I'm not even halfway done. It's crazy. The sun's going down again. Every day it comes up and every night it goes down. Anyway, as the sun goes down, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Let me just check how long we've been going for. 2 hours 5 minutes. Yep, that will do me, folks. Yeah, no, that's gonna do me. I got some other stuff to get done. So thanks so much for watching, folks. Have a good one. Make sure to keep your eye out for the next episode in the Minecraft Bedrock Homesteading series. And until next time, Uru.